A gentle, melancholic piano melody begins, subtly underscored by the distant chime of a grandfather clock. A soft, slightly accented voice begins, tinged with a weary wistfulness. "Oh, darling, let me tell you about disappointment. It has a peculiar flavor, isn't it? Like oversteeped Earl Grey or a silk dress snagged on a rosebush. It clings, it always clings. You see, I've always expected things to be right. Perhaps it is a failing of mine, this insistence on harmony. Growing up in, well, let us just say a place where right was a rare and precious commodity, one learns to dream of perfection. It's a survival mechanism, honestly, a tiny rebellion against the grey. And when something dares to shatter that illusion, well, it's like a piece of your soul cracks. It begins, as all tragedies do, with hope. I had offers, you understand. Real offers, from institutions with names that resonate with history, with ambition. King's College London, University College London, Edinburgh, places where the air itself feels thick with intellectual energy. I was, if I may be so bold, rather sought after, but being the foolish romantic I am, I yearned for something different, a place that felt nurturing, a place where I wouldn't be just a number but a bloom. I wanted a garden, not a battlefield. And that, my dears, is how I stumbled upon Buckinghamshire New University, High Wycombe. Oh, the brochures were exquisite. Glossy pictures of smiling faces, promises of individualized attention, and a vibrant campus life. It all seemed so idyllic, so safe. It is almost laughable now, isn't it, the naivete of it all? It is like handing a toddler a loaded firearm, expecting them to understand the consequences. I genuinely thought I was making a wise choice. The piano melody becomes slightly more dissonant. The first inkling of trouble came with the logistics. Oh, the travel, 2 hours. 2 precious hours each way, swallowed by commuter trains and congested motorways, just to sit in a lecture hall and be ignored. Can you imagine? 2 hours of my life vanished into the ether, merely to be present in a space where my presence was utterly unvalued. It is insulting, really. It is a fundamental disrespect for one's time, one's potential. It's like commissioning a portrait from a master artist and then displaying it in a broom closet. The sheer wastefulness, it is agonizing. And honestly, the trains, don't even start me on the trains. The stale air, the questionable stains on the upholstery, the relentless, soul-crushing predictability of it all. It's a metaphor for the entire experience, isn't it? But the commute, as dreadful as it was merely a prelude. The real horror began on placement. I was pursuing nursing, you see. A noble profession, one that demands compassion, dedication, and a minimum level of competence from those who are supposed to be training you. I was assigned to a ward, darling, that quickly became my personal circle of hell. The voice lowers, becoming hushed and trembling slightly. Bullying, can you believe it? Bullying in a place dedicated to caring for others. It wasn't too overt, not at first. Subtle jabs, dismissive comments, purposeful exclusion. The senior nurses, they weren't actively participating, but they certainly weren't intervening. It was a passive acceptance of cruelty, a chilling indifference that spoke volumes. Imagine, if you will, being a vulnerable student trying to learn a life-saving skill and being systematically undermined by those who are supposed to be your mentors. It's barbaric, isn't it? It is akin to teaching a child to swim by throwing them into the deep end and then laughing as they struggle. The piano melody swells, then abruptly cuts out. The depression descended swiftly, like a fog rolling in from the sea. The constant anxiety, the gnawing sense of worthlessness, the complete and utter exhaustion.
You know, I've been looking into crimes near Buckinghamshire New University, High Wycombe, and oh my goodness, it's like, so many bad things are happening around there. Like, have you heard about the shoplifting spree and fraud at major retailers in High Wycombe? It's crazy. Businesses near Buckinghamshire New University, High Wycombe, are like, really vulnerable to shoplifters, you know. Like this guy Darren Biggs, he was sentenced to 4 months in prison for stealing from Sainsbury's on Oxford Road, and then using a victim's credit card for fraudulent purchases. Can you believe it? I mean, who does that? I think what probably happened next is that the victim was left with a huge mess to clean up, you know. Like they had to deal with the bank and the credit card company and the police, and it's just like so stressful. And for what? So some guy can just take their money and run. It's not fair, you know. And then there's this other thing where businesses near Buckinghamshire New University, High Wycombe, are like super easy targets for fraudulent credit card use. I mean, Biggs used a stolen credit card in multiple stores to make purchases, and it's just like, how could you, you know? Like, don't you have any shame? I think what probably happened next is that the stores had to deal with the loss, and it's just like they're trying to make a living, And then some guy comes along and steals from them. It's not right, And then there's this crazy story about Biggs trying to escape through the ceiling of Sainsbury's after stealing whiskey. Like, what was he thinking, That he was going to get away with it. It's just like so ridiculous. I think what probably happened next is that the police were like, no, you're not getting away with this, and they caught him, and now he's in prison, and it's just like good, He got what was coming to him.
The reality of businesses near Buckinghamshire New University. High Wycombe. The businesses near Buckinghamshire New University, High Wycombe, are a lesson in disappointment. If you are expecting charm, quality, or even basic competence, prepare to adjust those expectations. This is not an area where excellence thrives. It is a place where mediocrity is the standard, and frustration is guaranteed. Let's start with shopping and leisure. The Eden Centre is supposed to be the heart of retail in High Wycombe, but calling it a shopping centre feels generous. Visitors describe it as a bleak, poorly managed space where shops vanish faster than hope. The car park is a maze of confusion, with ANPR systems that seem designed to punish rather than assist. One parent recounted how their autistic daughter was treated with impatience by staff, only to later discover her bank card and bus pass stolen, because security is apparently optional here. The escalators don't work, the lighting is dismal, and the overall atmosphere is one of neglect. If you enjoy the thrill of wondering whether your belongings will still be there when you return, Eden is the place for you. Then there's the massage company, where relaxation goes to die. The therapists here seem to operate on a different wavelength, one where listening to clients is considered optional. One woman left with damaged arm tissue after a stone massage gone wrong, while another was charged a ridiculous cancellation fee after struggling to afford the membership in the first place. The real mystery is how a business can mess up something as simple as pressing on muscles without causing distress. If you want a massage that doesn't leave you in more pain than you started with, you're better off finding a rock and rubbing it on yourself. At least then you're in control. For dining, Bluegrass BBQ is a masterclass in how to ruin meat. Once a local favourite, it has devolved into a place where brisket arrives drier than a lecture on tax law. Ribs are served in portions so small they might as well be decorative, and the service is as warm as a British winter. One diner described their meal as swimming in oil, while another was ignored entirely after sending back inedible food. The real kicker: the management seems indifferent to complaints, even when vouchers mysteriously vanish into the void. If you're craving barbecue, you'd have better luck setting fire to your own shoes and eating the ashes. Cafes should be safe spaces, but the front room turns coffee breaks into psychological experiments. The staff here have a talent for making customers feel like intruders, whether it's by eavesdropping on conversations, rushing orders, or serving coffee so weak it could double as dishwater. One woman waited weeks to collect a £100 bingo prize because the owner couldn't be bothered to arrange payment properly. Another guest had their daughter spiked at a Halloween event, only for the management to respond with the enthusiasm of a brick wall. If you enjoy being treated like an inconvenience while paying for the privilege, this is your spot. Nightlife at Trilogy nightclub is less about dancing and more about survival. The security team seems to have missed the memo on professionalism, with reports of racism, aggression, and a baffling cash-only cloakroom policy in a card-only